Well, he wants to rub it in. If you recall from earlier this season, he tells, I think Merle, in fact, that we don't let our own turn.
Right.
And by letting Merle turn, he's saying, you're not one of our own now. You're not one of Woodbury anymore. He hasn't abandoned his rule not to let his own turn because Merle is not one of Woodbury anymore.
Yeah, I agree. It totally comes down to being, almost an insult to Merle by not putting him down, because that's the worst fate. These guys have talked. The worst fate is coming back as a zombie.
Right. I'm sticking with Andrea. I'm still sticking with, and you're probably still sticking with Milton, huh?
I will also throw out Beth.
Why? Doesn't even have a conflict with anyone.
Exactly.
You think she's gonna be red-shirted?
I think she's gonna.
She's too sweet to be red-shirted, and she's not dislikable enough to be red-shirted.
Absolutely. So she makes the perfect candidate to die and make you go, "Oh man, they killed Beth." But David Morrissey has just become so good as a villain.
Yeah.
He's the guy who plays the governor. He's now in maniacal villain mode.
Right,
and it's really fun to see.
Which I understand is more like the character he was in the comic book.
Yeah, he is now the comic book version of the governor.
Yeah, so I just because he's been so good this season, you might think they just want to have him hang on because he's been just a tremendous actor. Why part with an asset like? What crossed my mind? What if, as Woodbury is on its way to the prison is on its way to Woodbury? And, Woodbury shows up and no one's home at the prison.
Already, And
then Rick's group shows up at a severely undermanned and underarmed Woodbury. Then they have the upper hand.
That would be an interesting season 4, flipping it, having Rick's group be in control of Woodbury and have the governor then end up being the one struggling out there in the wilderness.
Yeah, and that would be what a cliffhanger to end it on.
I think that would be a very interesting season 4, seeing it flipped. And
I still don't think that's going to happen.
I don't either.
Yeah, but no one. I do, but no one's going to know. No one knows. How's anyone going to know what he did for the prison group? There's no one to tell it.
Well, Daryl went there, saw all the bodies of the Woodbury people.
Right.
He knows. Michonne has an inkling that he was going there to do something.
Yeah, I was wondering that myself. What snapped and made him change his mind? I think was his plan at first to turn over Michonne, or was that even a part of it? Did he plan to go in with Michonne and do what he did, and then just decide to go in solo? It's hard to say.
I think he was going to use Michonne in his attack. I think he was dragging her there to help him kill as many people from Woodbury as he could. And I think somewhere along the line he realized that I'm probably going to die. I'm probably going to die doing this. So let me let this girl go. So to make up for some of that.
Some kind of moral enlightenment when he decided to let her go. I think we can agree on that something snapped for him morally, and that's whether that's what led him to the attack or whether that attack was planned in the first place. He did have some kind of change in morality.